So yes, if it's a small business set aside, sometimes you can outsource it to or subcontract it out to a large business. If the NAICS code for that opportunity is 32 million and under, then you know, obviously if you find a company to sub it to that did less than 32 million in revenues last year, then they're considered a small business under that NAICS code. It's what's called the size standard. Now, if the company you want to sub it out to is larger, they did more than 32 million in revenues last year, and that's net, or excuse me, that's gross, not net. If the business did more than 32 million in gross revenues, then it depends on what's in the instructions to offer whether or not you can sub it out to that business. For example, if the revenues are small, if the revenues are under 32 million, then they're not a big business anyway. You can, of course, you can sub it out to them. If the business is over 32 million in revenues last year, and the contract that you're working on is over 650,000, in the instructions to offer, sometimes it'll state that you must hire. Most contracts over 650,000, there's something in the instructions to offer that states that you have to hire at least 23% small businesses to keep that contract. And those small businesses, or that small business, would have to have a cage code, because you're going to have to prove, you're going to have to show in the ESRS how much you paid that small business to meet that requirement for that $650,000 contract. The ESRS is the electronic subcontract reporting system, and that's where you prove you're hiring small businesses and women and minorities and veterans, etc. If and that's also on the list of acronyms. If you got the email from me with the list of acronyms. If the contract is under 650,000, then there shouldn't be any instructions in there to offer that states you have to hire a small business. You can sub it out to whoever you want. Now, if the contract's over 650,000, but there's no requirement that you hire 23% small businesses, and there's no requirement in the instructions to offer that you disclose who your subcontractors are, then you can sub it to whoever you want, because if they don't, you don't have to disclose who your subs are, then you can hire anybody you want.